Legal heirs of the deceased often find themselves in a dilemma about what to do with the various official and personal finance documents and government IDs such as PAN card, Aadhaar card, voter ID, etc. of the deceased. How long are they supposed to store these documents? Further, can they surrender these documents to the institutions governing and issuing them? In this video, we shed light on how to deal with the different government official documents such as PAN, Aadhaar, etc. of someone who has passed away. Aadhaar. Aadhaar number serves as proof of identity and proof of address. Quoting it or providing a copy is mandatory in various cases such as when availing LPG subsidy, scholarship benefits from government, in case of EPF accounts, etc. Being a unique identification number, Aadhaar number continues to exist even post-demise. Legal heirs or family members should ensure that there is no misuse of this. They can do so by locking the biometric credentials of the deceased person, which can be done on the UIDAI website. Aadhaar is not mandatory for registration of death or procuring a death certificate, but it is accepted as a proof to obtain the same. PAN. PAN card is a mandatory record for various purposes such as bank accounts, demat accounts, filing of ITR for the deceased, and so on. Thus, it must be retained till all such accounts where quoting it is mandatory are closed. In case of filing ITRs, the PAN must be held till the tax return has been filed and processed by the Income Tax Department. The department also has the right to reopen assessments till up to 4 years, including current assessment years. Further, if any income tax refund is due to the deceased, then ensure that such amount has been credited into his or her bank account. Once these matters have been settled and taken care of, the PAN can eventually be surrendered to the IT department. And how do you do this? To do this, the representative or legal heir needs to write an application to the assessing officer or AO under whose jurisdiction the PAN was registered initially. The letter should contain reasons for surrendering, in this case, death of the holder, name, PAN, and date of birth of the deceased, along with a copy of his or her death certificate. To know the corresponding AO details, one can visit the tax department's e-filing website. Surrendering the PAN is not mandatory, and you may continue to retain it if you feel that you will need it for future unforeseen issues and cases in case of proof. Voter ID card. In case of voter ID, there is a provision under Registration of Electors Rules 1960 for cancellation upon demise. The legal heir of the deceased is required to visit the local election office and fill Form number 7 under Electoral Rules. This needs to be submitted along with a death certificate for cancellation of a person's name from voters list on account of death. Passport. There is no provision for surrendering or cancellation of a passport upon holder's demise. There is also no procedure involved for intimating the concerned authorities. However, once the passport has expired, it automatically becomes invalid. You can retain this document if you think you might have to use it as proof in unanticipated situations later. Driving license. Experts point out that there is no provision for surrender or cancellation of a driver's license of the deceased. However, each state governs the issue, suspension, and cancellation of driver's license separately. So confirm the state-specific guidelines and regulations on the same. One can visit the concerned RTO office for the cancellation of the same. Further, heirs may also confirm the state-specific processes of transferring a vehicle registered in the deceased's name to his or her own name. What happens if you do not intimate the respective authority? According to experts, there is no penalty under law if an official document is not surrendered to the concerned institutions. However, one should inform the concerned authorities so that the official documents cannot be misused by scammers doing the rounds online often. Where to store? Further, it would be advisable that documents such as Aadhaar and passports, which cannot be surrendered, may be maintained and kept along with the death certificate instead of being destroyed completely. Also remember, the 3 crucial documents that you must obtain after a death in the family are the death certificate, legal heir certificate, and succession certificate. That's all from us in this video. Stay safe and stay tuned with us for more on financial planning.